Hello, it's Ashley here from Paper and Twine. Coffee shop is open, but with a little bit of a difference today. I'm feeling a little bit meh, so I am up and dressed, but yeah, I've got a bit of an upset tummy, so I didn't want to subject you to my face today. I have got a cup of coffee. Barry is on hand to take your orders, but if you want to go and fetch your colouring or your knitting or your crocheting or whatever else you fancy doing, go and get it and we'll have a little chat. Okay, so I had my first piece of happy mail yesterday. I've never had any happy mail before and I cannot tell you how happy it made me. Look at this gorgeous bird washi tape on the back of this envelope. Absolutely beautiful. I can never seem to find a nice washi tape, but this is from one of my lovely subscribers, Kath, and she wrote me a lovely note. She's asked me to make a few cards for her of late, and she's also made a purchase on my Etsy shop, which is really very much appreciated. So she wrote this on Saturday and it came yesterday, so bless her, it came quickly. Gorgeous gorgeous stamp there as well, and a little flower pot there. I shall keep that stamp to use on a card, but she's got beautiful handwriting. Look at that, it's gorgeous. Dear Ashley, I know we have been in touch via email, but I do like to send a handwritten thank you. So, thank you for all the cards you have made for me. They have been much appreciated and admired by both the sender and the receivers. Somehow, a card didn't seem the thing to send, and I know you will appreciate this handmade Italian card. Good to see your subscribers steadily growing. Thanks for your videos. Much love, Kath. Another little bit of washi tape there. Isn't that lovely? Kath, you're so welcome. I really appreciate your custom. You know, I've enjoyed making what you've asked me to make for you. And yes, it is lovely to see my subscribers steadily growing. So if you are new here, you're very, very welcome. I'll just give you another look at that lovely marbled Venetian paper. Mr. Paper and Twine and I went to Venice quite a few years ago now. I took him for his 50th. And we had a week there, well 5 days there. It was lovely without the children. It was really, really lovely. And I bought some paper very much like that when I was over there, and any paper bags that you get in the little shops over there, they're often made with beautiful, beautiful paper. One of my other subscribers, the lovely Jack, has asked me to make some cards for him. He sent me an email. And again, if you'd like to commission me, I'd be more than happy to see if I can help you out. I'm very flexible. But he wanted me to make 5 cards, and I've done one and posted it off. And these 2 I've just photographed and sent him an email. So I hope he doesn't mind me sharing. But these are for his grandparents whose birthdays are 5 days apart, and he wanted to have something that was... he wanted the cards to kind of tie in with each other, and they're both keen gardeners, so I came up with this. I made the envelope with my trusty envelope punch board, and this is what I made for his grandma. And glitters glitter everywhere in this house. I've used an 8x8 paper pad that I've had for a long time, Potting Shed 2 by Craftwork Cards. I wish I'd bought their USBs back in the day so I could print off the papers. But I've used 2 papers here. I've fussy cut this lavender and gone round the edge with a bit of distress ink. And then I've used this cute paper with the wellies and the watering cans and just put birthday surprise. And then I don't know whether you can see, there's like a little spine, which means that there might be something inside. So... it's blank on this side for him to write his message, should he want to purchase this card, of course. And then inside I've just done a little pocket for 2 packets of seeds. And I've just cut some paper with a paper punch to cover up the price, because he's obviously going to give these as kind of like a gift. And I've used the same paper that's on the front here. So that was for his grandma. And then for his granddad, again, I made the envelope, this argyle paper, and same concept, but I didn't do as thick a spine on this one. So I thought the potting shed was quite nice, and because it's for a man, I've kept it quite simple. But I've fussy cut this gnome here and put some card on the back to raise it up, which I've known about that kind of thing before, using up your little scraps rather than spending money on foam. And then I've just torn some paper and gone over with some bundled twigs, is it, distress ink, just to look like they're standing on the soil. And then just birthday wishes, again blank inside, and the garden gnomes, and again 2 packets of seeds. We've got marigolds and lettuce. So yeah, if Jack doesn't want those, there's no problem. It's my mother-in-law's birthday on Sunday, and my dad's birthday the Sunday after, so they'll always come in. Barry's doing all right. He and Beryl seem quite settled. Yeah, we haven't had any major incidents at the moment, so that's quite good. But I thought I'd do a little bit of colouring because, as I say, I'm a little bit meh and my tummy's not quite right. So this is the colouring book I bought when I went to Sainsbury's a while back with Mr. Paper&Twine. There were 2 in a pack for £7.99, and I haven't done any colouring really. I did a little bit of this one, but just to keep it short, we'll see if we can find a smallish one to do today. That hand was quite nice. Let's see what else we've got. My brain just wants something quite simple to do. Oh, this heart will do, I think. And on the last little bit that I did, I forgot to put the paper underneath. You do need to if you're using these alcohol markers, because they do bleed through. And I've got my colour chart here that I did. So I've had 80 pens from Amazon for, I think it was £28. They're dual tipped. So you've got chisel tip, trying to get in shot, and you've got the bullet tip as well. I haven't used the chisel tipped, it's just the bullets that I like. So I think because it is a heart, we'll go for a little bit of red. I'm liking number 4 actually. It's kind of like a cherry red. So let's see if I can find number 4. So I've got a cup of coffee here, as I said. I hope Barry is behaving himself. I did have to have a little word with him because he was giving freebies away again. And if you're new here, you might not know about Barry. He's the barista and he's a little bit naughty. The only person who's entitled to freebies at the moment is Bad Biscuit, or Lex, because she's recovering from an operation, and anything she wants is on the house. I wish I could give you all stuff on the house, but because I'm not working, I can't afford to do that, I'm afraid. So, did you all have a nice Mother's Day on Sunday? If you are a mum or you've got a mum. I often think Mother's Day must be quite hard if you're not a mum and you want to have children. That must be quite hard. Or if you've recently lost your mum, that must be quite hard as well, mustn't it? But we had quite a nice day. Didn't get up particularly early. We'd got plans to go and visit the parents. They live about 10 minutes away from each other, about 30 minutes away from us. So we went and saw my parents first, I think. No, we went and saw Mr. Paper&Twine's parents first. And had a few jobs to do for them. And then we went and saw my mum and dad. My mum was very pleased to see me and quite surprised. She's not very well, bless her. In fact, I mean, both mums are not very well, really. But I think it perked them up seeing us. We didn't get off to a particularly early start, as I say. We had a nice late cooked breakfast. And because we were in a hurry, I didn't bother doing the washing up and clearing up. I thought I'd do it when I got home. And then my eldest daughter, who lives in Leeds, gave me a ring, which was lovely, a FaceTime. Had a nice chat with her, which was lovely. She lives with her boyfriend, who's a chef. They're both in the hospitality industry, and he was cooking her a breakfast and also prepping their dinner. She's certainly eaten well since she's been with this chap. We haven't even met him yet. They've been together over a year, and they've been living together since about June last year, I think. And we've never met him because of the lockdown. I spoke to him a couple of times on FaceTime, but yeah, he was preparing wild garlic dauphinoise, which was lovely. And they'd been and picked the wild garlic from near where they live, so that was interesting. And then when we got home from visiting our parents, Ella, bless her, had done all the washing up in the kitchen, wiped down the work surfaces for me. She'd cleaned the hob, and on the table, on the kitchen table, there was a vase of tulips, mixed coloured tulips. Tulips are my favourite flower this time of year, closely followed by the humble daffodil. I do like a daffodil. They're a really nice sign of spring, aren't they? And she'd made me a lemon drizzle cake, which is one of my favourite cakes, and she is very good at making. Now I'm going to come in with a different colour now, I think. I want a dark blue. Let's try number 71. Yeah, so I don't think any of my children want me to be a skinny mini. I think I should always be quite big. Because the joint present that had arrived, that they'd clubbed together and bought for me, was a hamper. And it got all sorts of little things in it. It was lovely. And it came in a really lovely little wicker basket. And Mr. Paper&Twine was spot on. He said, "Oh, no doubt you'll use that for something." And I thought, yes, I shall. But in the hamper, there was a Dundee cake. I do like a fruit cake. There was some tea-flavoured gin, which apparently you can have hot with lemon or cold over ice. So that looks nice. There was some salted caramel chocolate discs. Mr. Paper&Twine thinks that salted caramel is an abomination, but I love a bit of salted caramel. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what your opinion of salted caramel is. What else was there in my hamper? There was some almond thins. I do like an almond thin, or a ginger thin as well, actually. And there was some fudge. I can't remember what else, but it was lovely. So I think the diet is on hold until next week. See, I'm always putting things off. I should be going out for a walk today, really. But no, I'm very tired. I didn't sleep very well. I went to bed about 9:30 and watched a little bit of YouTube. And I watched a couple of episodes of Coronation Street on catch up. I'm very behind. I've missed a few that have gone into the ether. So I'm back in the middle of February if anybody's a Coronation Street fan. I think I've got the gist of what I've missed. But I suppose it was about 11 o'clock when I put my screen down, which is very late, isn't it? You're not supposed to look at screens just before you go to sleep. And I tossed and turned, and I just knew, sometimes I get this feeling, I don't know whether you're the same, excuse me, I just knew that I wasn't going to go to sleep. So I thought, well, I might as well pick my book up. The sun's come out now, look, and he's blinding everybody. And I read till about 4, so I read a good chunk of my book, which was nice. Can't remember what the book's called. It's about books, actually. The protagonist is a young woman called Bee, and she's moved from Sydney, I think, to Melbourne, and she's absolutely mad about books, and she bought a particular book called Meeting Oliver Bennett. I don't know whether it's a real book or not, from a second-hand bookshop, and there were lots of scribblings and comments in the margin of this book, and she's kind of fallen in love with the person who has written all the comments, and she's on a quest to try and find this person, and it kind of focuses on her love life as well. The book starts off where she's at her best friend's wedding, and she lets slip that her best friend had a fling with a waiter on her hen do, and although her best friend is called Cassandra, they'd actually got married, her and her husband. He stormed off and was not best pleased, so she's fallen out with her best friend, or her best friend's fallen out with her, and yeah, I won't say too much else in case anybody wants to read the book. Not that I can tell you what it's called, because I can't remember, and I don't know where the book came from, whether it was a present, because I did get quite a few people give me books when I was poorly last year, or whether it was a book that I bought. But it's quite good. It's quite light-hearted. It's not a literary work of art by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah. So when I've got off from this little bit of coffee shop chat, I might do some knitting, because I keep threatening to do a woolly pod, and I need to crack on with that mystery knit along. I'm hopeless. I mean, I ordered the stuff in December to make a start. Well, I downloaded the pattern, which was £1, in December to make a start in January, and here we are over halfway through March, and I haven't made progress with it at all. Right, I think we need a different colour now. What colour shall we do? I'm quite liking 59. Let's see if we can find 59. I think this is it here. Yes, let's go around some of these leafy bits. This is quite a nice green. It's funny how you find your favourite colours, isn't it? In the other set of pens that ran out, there was a really nice vibrant lime green. I suppose I could combine the colours that are left to get a different palette. These pens are supposed to be blendable, but I don't know whether they are. As I say, I'm not very good at colouring, really. I just do it for relaxation. It really helped me last year when I'd had my second cancer diagnosis, and just helped me zone out. Oh, this bit comes out a bit far. Do I want to do all of that in that colour, or do I want that to end there? This one feels like it's running out a bit, actually. I think we'll leave that bit there. will come in with these bits here. I do like to leave white in my colouring in. I like to see a bit of white. Oh, now you see that's going to be the same colour as that. I didn't think that through very well, did I? There's an amazing lady on YouTube, I can't remember her name, but she has the most fabulous, really fine colouring in books. And she uses different types of pencil crayon. And she does the most amazing blending and really fine detailed stuff. And she gets, as I say, these most fantastic colouring books. If I can remember who she is, I'll look in my history, in my YouTube history. I'll put a link to her down below. But she puts her videos up and she colours for about an hour and a half on YouTube. I'm not going to subject you to that long. Might turn you off in a minute and just carry on with this and show you the finished result. But I've been thinking of videos that I want to make this week. We were watching Mr. Paper&Twine and I were watching one of our favourite YouTubers. We obviously have very different tastes because he's a man and I'm a woman. But we do like our cookery channels. So we watch things like Binging with Babish and Basics with Babish and Adam Ragusia. But we both absolutely love Sorted Food, which is a group of 5 chaps from London. And it's a really slick channel. It's amazing. And they do lots of different food content on there. And one of the things that we saw the other day was one of the team was making a cheesecake, but they made a white chocolate ganache. Which was just basically white chocolate melted with cream. And it got me thinking, back in the day, I used to make white chocolate truffles with Cointreau. And I said to Mr. Paper&Twine, do you remember when I used to do that? And he said, oh, yeah. You could have a go at making some more. So I said, well, I could have a go and I could make some for your mum's birthday. So I'm going to make some perhaps Thursday because I need a bit of time to set up, or maybe Friday. Perhaps I'll make them Friday, and I thought I'd show you how I make them. So if you're interested in that, leave a comment down below. In fact, actually, I think I will do that. Now I want a bit of yellow in here, and I quite like this yellowy goldy number 35. Let's see if I can find that. Oh, it's staring at me right there. Let's have a look and see. I think that would look nice there. Some of these, they go on a certain colour and dry a different colour. I don't know whether I should try the chisel tip for that big area. No, it's too big. I could do with this brush being just a little bit more brush-like. If you're still here, put the word trousers in the comment box below. Just be interested to see how many people are still with me. I don't blame you if you've gone off to do something else. But I wanted to just have a little sit and a chat, and in fact actually it's cheered me up a little bit. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do the chocolate truffles recipe. I've been and bought the chocolate and the cream. I went to Tesco's yesterday for that very purpose. Our Tesco's is rubbish, you know. I don't very often go there. But the only white chocolate they'd got that wasn't little tiny bars of Milky Bar was Cadbury's white chocolate, which I've not really seen before. And it was quite expensive. So I'm going to pause you there and I'll come back and show you the finished article. So here we are a little while later and I've finished that. I quite like it. It's kept me occupied. And then I also had a go at this. Look at that's the back page. This is the scribble page. And yeah, that kept me occupied while I listened to the radio. Not sure about the colours in that, but it sends your eyes a bit funny. One thing I have noticed about these pens is they do bleed quite a lot. So they don't give as nice a finish as my older pens, but I guess you get what you pay for, don't you? If you're still here, thank you very much. I shall be back soon. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Hit that notification bell. I'd love it if you gave me a big thumbs up and shared. Thank you very much. Bye now.